I'd like to begin by giving honor and thanks to Pastor for this opportunity. And I honor Sister Rebecca and Bishop and Mama Kirk. We are so blessed to have leaders that love the truth and love us. So this is my story. I am the daughter of a prodigal who eventually made her way home because she had a godly, apostolic, praying mother. My parents married young. My mom was right out of high school, and she was running away from God. She married my father, who didn't grow up with many church experiences at all. There were times through the years that my mom was consistent in our local apostolic church, but then she'd fall away. During one of these consistent times on a Pentecost Sunday, I was about 8 years old, I received the gift of the Holy Ghost. It was one of my fondest childhood memories. But unfortunately, my family fell away again from the church. But even in those times that she fell away, she never ever spoke a bad word about the church or her pastor, because that's how she was raised and that's how she raised us. When I was about 12 or 13, my mom started attending very faithfully, and she made my brothers and I go too. I was very wrapped up in sports and friends at this age, and many times I gave my mom some real fits about making me go to church. I'm so thankful, though, that she chose to be my parent and not my friend, and that she didn't back down. She knew what was best for me. I attended Sunday morning, Sunday nights, Thursday night Bible studies, and weekend youth activities when I didn't have competing sports, school, or social activities. We really did have the best little church with the sweetest saints. And though it was a small church, we were blessed to have the very talented J. Hugh Rose as our pastor. He was like a father figure to my mother, and much like a kind grandpa to my brothers and I. I'm so thankful for his impact on my life. We even took him our report cards so he could check our grades because he was so big on education. Our church had fifth Sunday sing services with food and fellowship to follow, and we loved those nights. As great as all of this was, it was no match for the high walls that I built to keep God out. I didn't want to stop prioritizing everything else, my friends, sports. I didn't want to change. Fast forward to the year after high school graduation. I was no longer able to find pleasure in those things I once did, parties, social events, and so on. I was so anxious and I had no peace. I was abusing over-the-counter pills just to get sleep at night. I just wanted to numb and ignore my sins in the tug of God. I knew that I wasn't living right. But fortunately, I had a mother and lots of other family that were praying for me. I remember being late to church one night because I was hanging out with friends, and my mom came out to meet me on the front sidewalk of the church and very bluntly told me that I was over 18 and she was no longer accountable to God for me and my decisions. And I stood there kind of dumbstruck. And I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it got through to me. And shortly after that very frank conversation, I fully surrendered my life to God in February of 2002, and I haven't looked back ever since, despite many tests and trials. God has richly blessed my life. I am so thankful that he never, ever stopped reaching, even through my stubbornness and even through my pushing him away. God has given me a better life than I could have ever hoped for or deserved. He's been so good to me. God bless you all.